Live from Chicago's NBC5, this is NBC5 News.
And winter is not going away anytime soon, so that means your dry skin sticking around. Some advice that may not hurt your wallet very much. That's next.
So really I'd better
Beautiful, please don't hurry.
maybe just a half a drink more.
Put some records on.
So the ground log may or may not be right, but you know we have a lot more winter ahead, and your skin may already be telling you that it needs relief. So we asked Dr. Brooke Jackson, the founder of the Skin Wellness Center in Chicago, to join us with some great tips, some money-saving tips a little bit later on. But the very first one, people don't think of this when they're really cold. Stay hydrated.
Exactly.
Just like in the summer.
Exactly. Most people tend to be dehydrated during the winter time. You tend to drink less water. So even if it's tea, just make sure you're keeping your fluid intake up.
And, of course, moisturizer. Very important. But you suggest a certain moisturizer when it's wintertime, a certain kind of moisturizer.
Sure. You want to go with more gentle, creamy products. A lot of people are also using anti-aging products, glycolic, alpha hydroxy. You probably want to back off of those in the wintertime and just go with something that's a little creamier.
So anything that sort of does a skin peel kind of
Might be a
thing?
little bit too much for you during the wintertime, especially a day like today.
And so we want to think about our lips, our hands, and our feet. And so you have a number of suggestions for all of those, right?
These are some wonderful products. That all of these products are in the drugstore less than $10. And this is now my favorite. It has an oil as well as a body cleanser, so it's kind of a two-in-one product. These are all moisturizers that come in a jar. That's important. You want to be able to scoop during the winter time rather than pump and pour. This has more water. This is a little bit more occlusive, so you just want to go a little heavier during the winter time.
Scoop. In other words, it's just thicker, and
Correct.
so covers you better.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great.
For the hands, a lot of people use hand gels to ward off cold and flu, but they're all alcohol, very drying. So you want to replace the moisture, and these are some wonderful products, again, that you can get over the counter. As far as the lips, you, again, want to go with something a little bit creamier. Try and avoid Blistex and Carmex, because those can be irritants to sensitive skin.
Oh, okay.
And so also, a lot of us tend to wear heavier, scratchier fabrics during the wintertime as well, wool sweaters. So you want to make sure that you've got some cotton or silk t-shirt underneath to avoid the itchiness of the skin.
Didn't your mom always tell you that, to make sure you wore your long underwear in the winter?
Never argue with mother. And then, most importantly, don't forget the sunscreen, because the risk of skin cancer does not go away ever. And even on a cloudy day, you just want to make sure that you're always protected, especially if you like to do things outside, skiing, running during the wintertime, sun
You don't
reflects.
think about it, right? Especially when you're out there all covered up in all your ski clothes or snowboarding clothes, right?
Exactly.
This I love, the use of olive oil and Crisco. And you know, I've heard this a few times before. Tell me how you use olive oil and Crisco, or would ask people to use it.
Well, you know, everybody's on a tight budget these days, and so while all of these things tend to be less than $10, they can get a little pricey if you're using them as you should. And so olive oil and Crisco, usually in everybody's kitchen, fabulous moisturizers. Olive oil is wonderful for the hair, for the body. Crisco you can substitute for these other ones in a jar. For little kids, I mean, if you have a bunch of little kids that have eczema or something like that, then it's a great substitute for that.
And little kids don't mind, but try to get your teen to do that, right?
No, that's not going to work. You want to go with
And
that
so,
for the teen.
what do? You just put it on and then let it sit on for a little while, and then
rinse it off.
Rinse it off.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
And all of these items for under $10, right?
Yep.
Okay. Dr. Brooke Jackson from the Skin Wellness Center of Chicago, thanks so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Great to see you, and I can tell from your skin that you're doing the right thing.
Thank you.
And if you'd like more information, go to NBCChicago.com and search skin.